Good morning, Hershey. My life was torn beyond repair. Felt so alone, like no one cared. You came along, gave me a song to ease the pain. What's up? What's up? We should be learning some lessons. Let this be a lesson. What's up, Liberia? What's up, Pretty Mama? What's up, Dre Day? You could have left me standing there with no one to care. But you promised me you'll be there on time, and you did just what you said. Um, yes, come on, pretty mama. Just when you bless me, oh, just that's when you bless me. I had to bring some old school LA Mass choir, and you did just what you said. Just when you blessed me. Come on now. Come on. If it wasn't for your grace, where would I be? If it wasn't for your grace, where would I be? Grace. Ah, grace. I want to know where would I be? Come on now. Come on now. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. How many times do I go against your will? Then you forgive me. But yet I still turn around and do the things I shouldn't do. Come on now, because it's a lesson to be learned. Oh, I'm going somewhere. I'm going somewhere, but I'm feeling a little ministry before I go there. Because I belong to you, and I know you will come through. How Hezekiah Walker say? How Monique say? Get inside of me. She said, put it down, crackhead. Put it down, crackhead. Be free. Monique said, put it down, crackhead. How Monique say? How Monique Walker used to say, put it down, crackhead. Crackhead. Ah! Monique, baby, she sounds like she has some experience with that. To the crackhead. Ah! She said, put it down, crackhead. Mm, mm. My. So anyway, you all, let this be a lesson. There are a lot of things going on in the beef sector that you just need to pull back and look at it in perspective. First of all, people can't give you what they don't have, and people are limited to what's in their environment. I don't know why we expect people to give us something that they don't have. And I think a lot of us have these expectations, and a lot of people just can't. And so I'm looking at this Tommy situation, and I'm going to say this. It's tragic. I don't think it's funny. I think it's tragic. Hold on for a minute, what y'all saying. Okay, let me go on. So I think it's tragic. Let me tell you why I think it's tragic. There is safety in wise counsel. Not any counsel, but wise counsel. Well, I'm gonna tell you what I'm seeing. I know a lot of people have a lot of commentary on this, but I'm just gonna go from my perspective. There is safety in the wise counsel. And let me say this. Everybody don't hate you on these YouTube streets. A lot of people can't receive certain messages because they can't separate the show from real concern. But I'm going to say this again. There are no friends on YouTube. And if you have friends on YouTube, you need to protect your friendship. And that goes also for relationships. And when I witnessed Tommy and Castro together, I knew it was going to be a problem because people do not have emotional intelligence. They, if you really, and that's why I told him, is it more about YouTube or your relationship? Because if it's YouTube, I see it. But if you're really thinking about having a relationship, you may want to take it off. Maybe I was serious about that. I was serious about that. But the lesson is you have to maintain emotional intelligence. Another thing is this. When Castro was getting assaulted the first time, that should have been enough. Because it tells me you don't think enough of yourself to allow somebody to assault you on camera in front of a whole sector. We heard your cries, we heard your pleas, and that should have been the last time. But you kept going back. You kept going back. And I'm like, do you like who you are? Because anybody who loves themselves, who care about their well-being, would never allow anyone assault them in that type of manner and not press charges or call the law. We saw that early on, and the beatings kept getting worse. See, that's a lesson. It don't get better. Oh, he just tapped me once. He just pushed me down the stairs, but he ain't gonna do it again. He say he loves me. Just one time. Tommy was so desperate for love that he let this man provoke him. Because it's not just a one-sided story. Castro, you knew that boy had some emotional and mental challenges, and you provoke that man because you do it on YouTube. You do it on YouTube, and you wanted to be the demure, I don't do nothing to nobody, everybody always bothering me type of person. But when you were running all over that boy's apartment, when that man was trying to tell you to get in the car, when you had that can of beer hanging out it's like that's the real Castro right there. That childlike mentality. Tommy, when y'all broke up the first time, we were rooting for you because you had a job and it seemed like you were moving on. But every other word out of your mouth was Castro. To the point you even incriminated yourself to tell the people that you knew you were wrong for beating him upside the head. Everybody ain't meant for each other. Just because you like milk, that don't mean you drink it if you're lactose intolerant. And it's unfortunate. But then you look at the situation. I don't think I'm better than anybody, but the choices you make will really determine where you're going to be. Do we all make the right choice? No. We've all made bad choices. But did we learn from them? Did we get better from them? Or are we still doing the same thing? You all thought it was a flex because y'all going to the free food store and getting stamps and relying on the government. Now, let me say this. There is a purpose for government. I don't have a problem with SNAP and Section 8 vouchers to help somebody get on their feet. But it's not permanent. I can understand people who are up in age and mature and on fixed income. Got it. Somebody who has a severe injury and can't work anymore. Got it. But that was never meant for you to stay on forever. And this is the thing. You all are so reliant on those benefits that you're afraid to do something better because you don't want to let go of the benefits because you're not too sure who you are and if you can do it. So we just do enough not to mess with our benefits. And this is the thing. Y'all claim y'all crazy or have emotional issues. But when you know it And when you call it out and claim it, then you can do better. I know a lot of people who have bipolar disorder, but they take their medicine and they go to work. There are a lot of people with disabilities who know that once they start getting on those government benefits, they're entrapped. Now, I can understand if you serve your country and you have VA benefits and you want to make sure you get your, you know, I can understand that. I can understand if you are so handicapped or severely mentally ill that you can't work. I get that. I get that. But I'm looking at y'all. Y'all know how to go buy that beer. You all know how to get the food stamps and fill out all that paperwork. Y'all know how to click on that link and get in front of that camera and do all of this stuff, right? Thank you all. It is my birthday eve. So my birthday is tomorrow, but thank you. But y'all know how to do that. So if you all can do all that, you can work a job at Amazon. You can do data entry. But the thing is, y'all would rather sit at home and do side jobs because you're scared to step out and really invest in yourself. And hello to everybody coming in to make some money. I'm not judging you. I'm not calling you out of your name. But anytime that you are on government assistance, besides Social Security, because you have age, you at the age you can receive it, or you don't have a major physical challenge or mental challenge, it tells me you don't want to work. And I just sat back and watched. And then another thing is I noticed, now I don't know about y'all, but this is what I noticed, this is what I have observed, that the men that y'all deal with, they don't want you all around for a real relationship. It's always about a quick deal, a quick thing. Because no one really wants to deal with somebody who they got to take care of. Or they got to pay the meal all the time. Nobody don't want that. And we saw all the drama that you all gave the kids on YouTube. And it was just a good glimpse into what you don't want in a relationship. At the end of the day, you got somebody who's sneaky and provokes people, and then you got somebody who's insecure and paranoid. Mix that with weed and alcohol, and you have the perfect storm of domestic violence. You made it all the way to your mid-30s to get a charge. And you can't blame nobody. Because truth be told and quiet be kept, I know on my end, we were telling you to leave that man alone. But when we told you to leave the man alone, Vivian, Ebony 757, Simply Pink and Green, Dr. LaShawna Root Brown, Hershey, CDP, Jay Parrish, Pretty Mama. All we heard was you jealous and you want to break us apart. You want you to be together. Hey, Itsy Bitsy, thank you. I'm gonna have a good time for my birthday. I am. But nobody was trying to break you all apart. We were trying to keep you all from killing each other and going to jail. We saw the violence. Nobody went jealous. Jealous of what? We seen people eating pickles and drinking pickle juice, eating waffles with no syrup on it. And y'all think y'all go to pre-birthday wishes? We saw somebody with Temu fashion, looking like they hungry. We saw nasty apartments. We saw Section 8 poverty. Nobody don't want that. Living with your uncle, you don't have your own place, no car, always drinking, having people stitching your head up. Nobody don't want that. Just trying to figure it out. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Um, Peeling Easter basket. And I'm not, let me say this. I'm just trying to tell you all that you could be really good people, but nobody don't want that. That's a bunch of drama, a bunch of mess. You know, and all I'm gonna say again is invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. The people on YouTube are not perfect. Nobody ain't saying folk perfect, but y'all sat there and put y'all whole damn life up on YouTube. And all I'm saying is invest in yourself. Go to school. Go to Votech school. Learn a trade. Learn how to do forklift. That's a quick, easy. And let me say this. At the end of the day, it is your life. It is your life. But when you put your life on display like that, and when you do all of this stuff, people are going to talk about you. Let this be a lesson. Somebody done went to jail. Somebody on probation. I mean, it's crazy. And then you coming on YouTube cussing folk out, and then I circle back around. How is that going to help you in your situation? Being mad at me is not going to help you. But let me say this. I want you to turn that anger into success. The best form of revenge is success. Cussing folk out ain't going to do nothing. But when folk think you are going to drop and not make it, or they think that you about to crash and burn, but yet you come up and you stronger than ever, maybe that burns the folk. Cussing me out don't do nothing for me. It don't do nothing for you either. But if you want real revenge, if you want to shut the haters up, start succeeding. That's the real. Because baby, cussing folk out and being angry ain't doing nothing for nobody. Then the other lesson, got a person who has no emotional intelligence, no filter. People been telling him, hey, turn that camera off. Don't be taking people to the doctor's office with you. Don't be taping folk and folk don't know you taping them. I'm just saying. I mean, thank you for my birthday wishes, y'all. I'm feeling this in the spirit. You be telling folks, put the weapon down. Stop threatening people. Stop showing folk everything. We don't need to know you got a new man. Cause then they be gone in 5 minutes, and then you be looking crazy. People using you. Nobody ain't no hater. People don't listen. Again, you all. I'm just being real on today. Clean your house up. The police are coming. Then you want to show the police your YouTube stuff. I'm like, oh my God. And the police think you crazy. And the only reason you got out that situation is the police didn't show. All of that trouble. They done held you. They done took your dog. Uh, just crazy. Then you get the dog back, but you so gotta prove to people who don't know you, you don't owe them nothing. But because they have provoked you and pushed you up, you gonna show the dog. Now the people already done called to take the dog away. But no, you gotta show them in and you show the dog. All of this stuff. Then you want to tell everybody you work, which is good. But now we know why you gotta work. The dog passed away. Look, can I say something? For you to even take that dog passing away and all of that, it was so unnecessary. And now people are saying, oh, you gave what to the dog? But folk don't listen. They'll be crying, talking about something. Y'all hate it. Nobody ain't hating you. People were trying to help you stay out the mess. All of that money over that dog who you don't have no more. The dog is gone. Didn't listen in. When we told you a certain content creator was using you, walked out on you, you cooked a meal for him. This man didn't even have enough decency to eat the meal. He went out with somebody else and then used you. You let that man come right back into your space after he disrespected you. And the only reason why we found out he came back is he ain't had no place to stay. As soon as you thought you were back in good graces, after the people pulled you down from the ledge, you go attacking again. And we sit there and look at it. We can understand people making mistakes, but same old thing over and over and over again. The people wanted me to see, go check your rain to see if it's real. I don't need to do that for them. Long as I know I got the GIA certification in the car, that's all that really matters. And all I'm telling you is you don't have to prove nothing to nobody when you know what you know. Then you bring your mama up. Near every male that you have dealt with, things have turned out sour. It don't work right. You talking about my finances, but yet you eat pizza and wings like, baby, it's gonna be your last meal. And it's sad. And it's not funny. It's really not funny. It's really a tragedy when you think about it. I'm not calling you out of your name. I don't have to curse, but just the stuff that we've seen, it's sad. Then we have another person who embarrasses everybody, wants to call out everybody, got court dates, gets doxxed, mama getting doxxed, people saying that they touching folk booties. Again, they got to prove everything to everybody. Then they tell me their only job is YouTube. I'm just going through all of this because this is some crazy work. And we can go on and on and on. It's one thing to have a show, but it's another thing to have all of this foolishness going on. Vivian, haven't I told people that y'all need to go talk to a therapist that is bound by HIPAA? Because these people on YouTube will use this stuff later. Didn't we tell people don't be talking on the phones because maybe it'll come back on Mad Day? How many times have we seen people, oh, I love this person, oh, they so cool, and then they turn. This is why I keep on saying it ain't no friends on YouTube. And the thing is, you all, this is a show. All of this other stuff is crazy. People going to jail behind stuff. Uh, and crazy stuff happen on YouTube. But again, are you going to jail? Is it going to cause you not to? I'm just looking at certain things. And this would get me. Folk really get hurt by this. Folk really get hurt by what these people say. And at the end of the day, hurt people hurt people. And this is why you getting all of this. I don't care what people really say. I don't. But then when you look at the people saying it, then they got some problems. Got abandonment issues. There's a lot of issues. And it's really funny because I look at our current administration, and they're incompetent. They're extremely incompetent compared to the Obamas and the Clintons, Biden even. Very incompetent. And I noticed that there's some similarity. Will not take accountability. Always blame other people for their shortcomings. Can never see nobody else. It's always, you can never see them. It's always those people. Those people made me do it. Those people made me do this. Those people made me do it. They jealous of me. They sound just like, because he's limited, and money don't make you smart. And some of the same stuff he's doing, I see them doing. They know, and again, if they would take that shrewdness that they try to use to paint people, how they try to slant stories to make people look some kind of way. But if they could use that and harness that to help themselves, they'll be in a better situation. But that's what they do. I just, this is what we've come to. And my thing is, at a certain point in time, you start to recognize that you fight with mentally ill people, or you're fighting with severely damaged people who really haven't done the work to make themselves whole and well. This is why they can call somebody job, because they don't have nothing to lose. This is why they can do this, because they don't have nothing to lose. They're wounded, they're hurt, they're mad at the world, they're paranoid, they're scared. I ain't scared of nobody. I walk, I go to the mall, I ain't scared. But you got people scared because they feel like somebody gonna get them. They don't have any social cues. They don't know how to read the room. You got schizophrenia and bipolar. We don't know which person gonna show up. Then, now y'all, I ain't trying to be funny, but I heard somebody say they smoke weed with their daddy, because their daddy is their boy. Excuse me? Baby, right there, it tells me everything that I need to know. Your daddy is not your boy. Your daddy is your dad. And it's okay to have a verbal and a speaking relationship with your father, but some things are like, no, I wouldn't even feel comfortable. But you listen to these people talk, and it's like, people, mama them leaving them with people they don't know really well. And I'm going to say this again. If you don't deal with your childhood trauma, it will morph into a beast into your adulthood. A lot of people can't maintain a relationship because maybe that childhood trauma is wreaking havoc. It is what it is. So, again, you get tired of fighting with mentally unwell people, or people with trauma, or people who are so hurt, and you hear it in their voice. You know it. I'm gonna tell you, my heart sank when that boy said the dog was the only thing he had. The dog was his only friend. Now, he would have us to believe that, baby, the men are all coming to the yard, and that he's doing. But the dog situation and how he cried over that dog and saying that that dog was his friend and all of that stuff, and it said it spoke volumes. Let me tell y'all something. I know fathers right now, if they know their kids going out to the club, they ain't going to that club. They ain't going to that club. Because number one, the daddy don't want to be hanging out, and then the children don't want to be hanging out with their parents like that. It has to be a fine line. And again, you all, a pastor who's really friendly with his congregation, I'm looking at him with side eye, because it has to be a fine line. It has to be a fine line. I love coming on YouTube. But I am not calling folk every day. Hey, how you know? It's a fine line. If you're gonna be an entertainer, you be an entertainer. Now it's okay to, and what I mean by a pastor who is with his folk 24/7. What I mean by that is there's no line. You don't have to put all your business up on YouTube. Stop making people prompt you to feel like you got to prove something to them. You don't have nothing to prove to these people. Not one thing. Not one thing. All you need to do is your entertainment on this apparatus, close it out, and go on. Stop giving people your attention who don't deserve it. Let me tell you something. Never make anybody a priority that considers you an option. Now, I heard Jay Dunn, and I agree with Jay Dunn on this. DX is an opportunist. Whoever is popping or he feels that has the mic at the time, there he go. Now he wants to talk to people. Now, and Jay Dunn, you right. We don't have nothing to talk about. Now all of a sudden you want to have a kumbaya, come to Jesus moment because a hot mess. Let me say this too. RNY TV, I hope you got a good business plan. I know things happen before you, but baby, you need to be like Mary and ponder some things in your heart. And when it's time for you to move, you need to know how to move. That's all I'm going to say. Because I have not seen a relationship on YouTube be authentic and genuine. And usually the male always turns on that female and make it about click and view. And let me say this is in real life too. Let's look at Lionel Richie. You know Brenda Ritchie was with Lionel when he was at Tuskegee. You knew she was probably cooking his food and helping him with his homework and stuff. And she was doing, I know Brenda Ritchie. She's from Alabama. She's a good Alabama girl. Lionel Richie started making brick house and stuff, and Brenda Ritchie was there. And then all of a sudden, Lionel gonna step out. Honey, Brenda Ritchie whipped Lionel's ass and the lady ass. Okay? You build these men up, all for them to do is rob you. Okay? I know a lady, she paid for the man's knees, got his teeth done, and all she did was fix him up for another lady. I'm serious. When folks don't want to do nothing for themselves, and you got to sit there and fix them up, baby, you is in trouble. Because what they going to do is leave. That's in real life. And this ain't no gay man coming against you. I'm telling you what I've seen. Got that man new knees, new teeth, okay? Fix that man up real good. And then let me tell you what he did. After he cheated and left her, then he got sick. And then the boo thing left him. Guess who he's trying to come back to? See? 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 I'm going to tell you, Shelley said it, and I'm going to say it too. Baby, when somebody stab you in the back, take that same knife to cut ties. She fixed his knees and his teeth. That joker had jagged edges. And baby, them teeth was aligned and scrape. And the next thing you know, it's like these people coming out of prison. You know that man don't like. That's why it used to bother me from some women and men, because thirsty don't have no gender. Let me say that again. Thirsty has no gender. It has no color. It has no creed. Thirsty is thirsty. But I used to hate taking lonely women to prison ministry because they were always giving the prisoners. And the prisoners know how to beguile you. They know how to get everything out you. Ooh, they make you feel like you're the only one in the room because they know they're getting out. And they always find Jesus. Don't get me wrong, some of them do. But they always find Jesus. Ooh, and they know the scripture and everything. Maybe he get out of jail, you there picking him up, buying him new clothes. I've seen it happen. I said, sister, let him live in that halfway house to make sure that he knows how to work and let him live in that halfway house. Now she gonna put him in the house. Then I popped up 2 children with her. And baby, after that 2 years, guess what happened? Gone, left the girl, gone. I'm telling you, stop depending on these men. Now, I know, Lord, I ain't calling no names out. But people marrying folk for stability, honey, it don't work. Because, baby, let me tell you something. When there's a new model, baby, you gone. And you trapped because you don't work. You don't have no skills, no nothing. All you can say is, I'm married now. But then they leave you. And I'm sorry. I think being a mother and taking care of household is a job. Unfortunately, the business community don't see it that way. I used to tell my friends, do not get this 4-year degree just to get married, to sit at home. Use that degree. Because at the end of the day, if that joker decides to leave you, you're going to have something for yourself. I'm just being real today. I had to go to now. I'm gonna tell you, I had to teach one of my nephews a real critical lesson while they was here with me. I told y'all that my tire had went flat. Baby, I went to Discount Tires. You know they always trying to sell you some tires, baby. They trying to sell you some tires. So the man looked at the tires. Now my tires are fine. Oh, but your tires are worn, and I'm so concerned about you. I said, man, you ain't concerned about me. You ain't my daddy. And I said, I don't need you to be concerned about me. I just need you to plug up my tires. Oh, I am almost 56 years old. I said, I'm from Florida. We used to ride on ball tires, baby. We get them jokers recap. Don't play me. I just need you to plug my tire up. You ain't responsible for that. I'm responsible for it. All you responsible is making sure my stuff is packed. Baby, he went on and on. I said, let me tell you something. I'll buy 2 tires from you because I know I was going to get the tires already. I said, I'm going to buy 2 tires from you, but they can't be no more than $55 a piece. And if you can't do that, patch my tire up and let me go home. And I said, there's no other option. There's no negotiation. That's my offer to you. Either exceed it or match it. Other than that, I don't want to hear it. And my nephew is sitting up there because I'm talking to this man like, yeah. And he ran back and I got 2 tires for $58. And I said, okay, I can do that. Now, again, everybody's trying to upsell you. Everybody is trying to upsell you. Either you say no, or either you bargain and make a deal. I went to my dentist. Do you want a fluoride treatment? Is it covered? No. Well, no. Whatever's covered under insurance. Well, I better not, baby. I'm from Florida. Fluoride is in the water. I guarantee you, my teeth are sealed until Jesus comes. No, thank you. You really need to have this. Are you gonna pay for it? No. Okay, then. Well, we don't need to have it. Baby, don't let these people upsell you. Don't let these people sell you. They do it in church. They do it in church too. Now, let me tell y'all something. I'm honest, and I tell people straight. This is what we doing here. So that's all, y'all. I'm being real though. We have to be wise. Everybody in the beef sector is not dumb. People can see when people are trying to put a jacket on somebody. People can see folk trying to stir up chaos because they want to get back in. And the way to get back in is to start a fight with somebody, hoping that they'll go back and forth with you. We're not dumb. We ain't dumb. You ain't clicking on my link. You're right. You're not clicking on my link because you showed me time and time again that you're not to be trusted. And again, I'm going to give you enough rope. So, yeah, I don't care who you are. Nope, you can't come up. It's that simple. But let this be a lesson. Let this be a lesson. And everybody got a lesson to learn. But my thing is, are you going to pass the test or are you going to keep on flunking and going over and over again? Because I tell you, God don't work in social promotion. You'll see it again. You'll see it again. That's why I don't understand people moving. I'm gonna move to California, honey. If you crazy in Arizona, you're gonna be crazy in California. Crazy is not a location; it's with you. Okay? If you trifling in Virginia, you're gonna be trifling in Houston. You got to get delivered in the thing, and you moving to another location ain't changing nothing. And I want to thank y'all for the birthday wishes. My birthday is tomorrow, but I thank you for the pre-birthday wishes. And I am gonna drop the link, y'all. But I'm telling you what, I just see so much foolery, so much foolery. And if you think that this is your life, you know how many people's lives have been really damaged because of this. Now, again, some people did some crappy stuff to me, but not to the point where I am destroyed. Because once you get a jail record, once you get a felony or that stuff on your baby, you limit yourself. And when you lose emotional intelligence, you allow people to run you and tell you do this, do that, do this, do that. And again, with this YouTube thing, what is the next level you're gonna go to? And it's almost and it's just like Hollywood. You got to do more. One minute you're showing an arm, the next minute, then the next minute, yeah, and we've all gone through it. But then you got to realize that no, let me take my dignity back. Let me take my no. We're not doing this. I was watching Tyra Banks, America's Next Top Model, and how she did all of them people in the end. The same thing she did to those people the networks did to her. They made Tyra look crazy and look stupid, and at the end of the day, she was doing anything to survive. They was just throwing food on to see what's gonna stick, and then at the end of the day, they let her go. A lot of these people deal in information, and you see it here. Information is power. Now, can I say something too? Now, I felt this in my spirit. This is why Jeffrey Epstein did what he did. Jeffrey Epstein had died at jail because he unalived himself. I truly believe somebody unalived Jeffrey Epstein. Because when you got that much information on people, people ain't gonna let you live. Jeffrey Epstein built his fortune on extortion. Jeffrey Epstein built his fortune on blackmail. It is information. Everybody has information. Why do you think things were dropped? Why do you think charges were dropped? Do you not know that judges probably caught with Epstein? And the Diddy and Epstein thing, it really reminds me of each other, except one person is white, one person is black. Cameras everywhere. Jeffrey Epstein. Cameras everywhere. His estate, they are dropping the receipts, and you see pictures. You see everything. You see notes. This man collected everything. He had a whole dossier on those people because when he needed something, if he needed funds, he knew how to get it. And when you got that much information on people, you are a target yourself. And really, because he saved it. And we're going to find out a whole lot of stuff because there are a lot of power brokers that were with that man. Baby, Melinda Gates said, I'm so glad because, honey, Melinda got that money. And she said, Bill, you got to answer. Okay, Bill Gates, you slept with that Russian woman. And again, Russian women, that sends up a red flag because, baby, let me tell you about that KGB. Honey, the KGB, so people, they study American culture like nobody's business. They can live with a whole family, be on city council, and then when it's time for them to go back, they go back like nothing ain't happened. Now, baby, some of the girls are saying that somebody's wife may be an operative down at the White House. Because she's from Eastern Europe. Now, how you meet her? She was a model too? Yeah, she was a model too. Okay, all right. And let me say this, y'all. It is not a far reach that espionage is done through women and sex and all of this stuff. And I believe that Epstein was far deeper than just that. I think he knew secrets. I think people gave him secrets because that man had so much information on folks. He just did not go to that jail and all of a sudden he unalived himself. Oh, hell no. Somebody did it for him. Looking at all of this stuff coming out now, oh yeah, he was destined not to be here. He knew too much. He knew too much. Why you think we in these wars, baby? That Epstein thing is getting real. And let me talk about that war thing. Baby Chris, let me tell you about Christine Nome now. Now, they looking real bad now because they don't want to, they want to distance themselves from Trump, but they don't want to be in Trump's bad graces, but they want to distance themselves. Because, baby, they know that this election is going to be on and popping. And it's going to be some fallout. Baby, let me tell you something. Gas is almost $5 in Texas. Can I say that again? Gas is almost $5 in Texas. A place rich in oil and natural gas. And gas is almost $5. Regular unleaded is reaching $4 and some change. The TSA people say we can't go to work Even the ones who want to go to work can't go to work, but the gas price is too high. And the lady said, I can't go to work because the gas is too high. And then these folks don't want to pay me either. Oh, if you don't think people ain't looking at this, ask Jimmy Carter what happened to him. Oh, he was a likable man until them oil prices went up. And them hostages, which I think Ronald Reagan had a lot to do with as well. But I'm telling you, you promised these people low gas, gas still up. You promised them low groceries, groceries are up. You promised you was gonna fix this, you ain't fixing nothing. Again, y'all, this is what he does. And now people are realizing that, baby, y'all got him in. He wasn't planning to do none of this. And the sad part about it is that the parties are used to dangling fruit and vegetables and little carrots in front of people. Oh, Donald Trump ain't dangling nothing. He is showing you all exactly what all of these people think of us. All of these people think of us. This is what he's doing. And if you don't see that, then you crazy. Because he's telling you we don't think y'all worth crap. And that he likes the poor people and the uneducated because y'all give him what he wants. They don't like thinking people, boo. And I'm not saying that either party is the promised land, but one party is better than the other. And you got to pick your poison carefully. And my thing is this, I'm never going to go against my interest, so I'm going to pick the party that serves my interest, period. All these people have done was sit there and kiss his butt. Now it's time to pay the piper, and they don't want to do it. Lindsey Graham, I don't even know how you can look at yourself in the mirror. I mean, I don't. Just phony and fake. But let me tell you something. Epstein in death got them shivering, even in death. Okay, yeah, that might be the case. Hold on for a minute, y'all. Give me a minute. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Child, and let me tell you this: Netanyahu is in more trouble than Trump. They want to get rid of him. I mean, it's a mess. It's a mess. The whole thing is a mess, and Trump is a mess too. Hold on for a minute, y'all. Let me. All right, you all. So yeah, yeah, it's a mess going on. So a big mess. Hold on. Okay, you all, I'm back. Thank you all for the pre-birthday wishes. Oh my God, the sun is sunny. But let me say what Donald Trump said that embarrassed the hell out of me. He was with the Japanese. I'm so embarrassed. He was with the Japanese ambassador, some high-ranking Japanese, and he was talking about surprise, and then he brought up Pearl Harbor. I'm like, oh my God, are you ignorant? Do you know what Pearl Harbor signifies? Do you know that that's not a thing that you brag about? You got a Japanese person sitting there, and you bringing up Pearl Harbor, and you use it as a joke, and the Japanese ambassador or representative just sat there and just like, what just happened? I mean, are you serious? This man has no filter. And this is why I just sit back and like, he's done so much damage to the country that whoever the next president is going to be, they have to repair a lot of diplomatic entanglement because this man has put us back. Oh my God. I mean, you know, oh my God. And then he's going to have to rebuild the military because I don't know who in the hell would want to be in the military where you're sending people for your pet projects. And that's how it looks. It looks like I want you to do this. I mean, to get Maduro, we haven't heard from Venezuela now. We got the junk going on in the Middle East. We got what's happening in Venezuela. We have a head of state in prison. You say that he and his wife was doing, supplying drugs with no evidence, and I'm like, you can't be serious. And I don't think people know how serious this is. I'm like, this is serious. I'm like, this man has major problems. So, y'all, it's deep. It runs deep. It runs deep. It really does. But look, y'all, I gotta go. I gotta get ready for work. I'm here a little early because I got some things to do. I may be leaving early on my pre-birthday celebration. So it is what it is. Yeah. Well, look, y'all, have a good one. I'll be checking to see what's going on. But you all, like I said, for the most part, people are hurt, battered, bruised, damaged. It's a lot of things going on in the sector. Think with a higher mind when it comes to some of these people. They're doing things because there's something wrong. Something ain't right. Everything ain't working. So let this be a lesson. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and love. Bye.